Good afternoon, my Real News Media TV family. Welcome back to the channel for another news update for April 4, 2024. And in the news this afternoon, foreigner charged after ammunition allegedly found in luggage at airport. The police on Wednesday charged the foreign national after several rounds of ammunition were allegedly found in her luggage at the Norman Manley International Airport in Kingston. She is 30-year-old Alexis Henderson of River Parkway, Atlanta, Georgia, USA, who is charged with unauthorized possession of ammunition. Reports are that about 10 a.m., Henderson arrived at the airport and was in the process of boarding a flight destined to the USA. During routine checks of her luggage, 7.380 rounds of ammunition were seen inside, according to the police. She was subsequently arrested and charged after she underwent a question and answer session in the presence of her attorney. She is to appear before the Kingston and the St. Andrew Parish Court on Tuesday, April 9. Rape cases and the crime against the children at alarming highs, says ODPP. The Office of the Director of Public Prosecutions says the rape and the crimes against the children are at an alarming high based on the cases fixed to be heard in the Home Circuit Court during the Easter term. Some 924 cases covering a wider range of crimes are fixed for trial and a case management hearing during the next 18 weeks. Of those cases, 824 were brought over from the previous Michaelmas term. According to data presented in court, there are 440 cases of sexual offenses on the list, while murders account for 339. Of the sex offenses, there are 189 cases of rape and 151 pertaining to having sexual intercourse with a person under 16. There are 35 new sexual offense cases on the list. Among these, 21 are rape charges, while there are 7 cases of sexual offense against a minor. In the meantime, Senior Deputy Director of Prosecutions, Andrea Martin Swaby, is encouraging members of the public to resist the shying away from jury duty. Mrs. Martin Swaby highlighted the importance of jurors and expressed their gratitude to stakeholders who determine where justice lies in the courts. The prosecutor pointed out that most of the offenses are tried by jury. It is the right of a defendant to opt for a jury trial or for a judge-alone trial. Mrs. Martin Swaby noted members of the public frequently cry out for justice in the wake of serious crimes being committed, but stressed that the justice system requires their input in order to dispense justice. Over 60 rounds of ammo and 3 guns seized in St. James, men arrested. 3 men were arrested on Wednesday in St. James after the police seized 3 firearms, including a shotgun and over 60 rounds of ammunition in Peaceview, Albion. The police report that on Wednesday afternoon, a joint police-military team conducted a thorough search of the designated area and discovered the firearms and ammunition. Seized were a Springfield 9mm pistol with a magazine, a Beretta 9mm pistol with a magazine, and a Remington 12-gauge shotgun, along with 8 12-gauge cartridges. The team also seized 33 7.62 mm of ammunition and 28 9mm rounds of ammunition. The police say the men who were taken into custody are to face further questioning regarding their association with illegal weapons. They say Wednesday's operation was part of increased efforts at targeting wanted persons, seizing illegal weapons, and dismantling organized crime in the parish. Deaf man allegedly assaults deaf woman after she refuses request for sex. A man accused of attacking a woman after she declined his advances for sex has had his case resolved through mediation. However, the judge warned him that next time she would not be so lenient. The parties involved are both hearing impaired, adding a layer of complexity to the situation, as it necessitated the use of 2 sign language interpreters when the matter came before the St. James Parish Court on Wednesday. The defendant, Chester Smith, of a St. James address, was facing a charge of assault occasioning bodily harm. According to court records, on March 2, about 11 p.m., a woman was sitting at a bar at Union Street in St. James when Smith approached her and asked her for sex. She refused and he struck her in the face with a piece of board, resulting in swelling around her right eye and a dark circle. During Wednesday's sitting, it was revealed that the parties had successfully addressed and resolved their differences through mediation. As a result, the prosecution offered no evidence against Smith. I don't know what took place on that day. I was not there. However, the offense for which you have been charged carries a maximum term of imprisonment for up to 3 years. This means that if you were tried and found guilty, I could sentence you to up to 3 years in prison. Presiding Judge Natisha Fairclough Hilton told Smith. In this case, mediation was successful. But I am warning you, Mr. Smith, if you commit another offense or charge and appear before me again, it will not go like this. Maintain the peace, the judge added before discharging the accused man. Paris Hilton outraged by abuse allegations at a school for troubled teens. American media personality Paris Hilton has thrown her support behind 8 American boys who claim that they were abused at a school for troubled teens in Treasure Beach, St. Elizabeth. Hilton, at a press conference at the Jack Sprat restaurant in the South Coast town on Wednesday afternoon, said she was horrified by the abuse allegations. I heard these boys were stripped naked, violently beaten, whipped and waterboarded, Hilton herself, an alleged victim of institutional child abuse, said. Jamaica's Child Protection and the Family Services Agency earlier this year removed the boys ages 14 to 18 from the Atlantis Leadership Academy, which advertises itself as a faith-based school serving young men who have taken some wrong turns in their lives in response to the allegations. 7 of the teens are currently in the custody of Jamaican child welfare authorities, while the 18-year-old was sent back home in February. Hilton, who attended a court hearing in support of the boys earlier Wednesday, expressed the outrage at the length of time it has taken to repatriate all the children. It outrages me that it has taken months to bring these children back to the United States and the mere moments to send them away in the first place, Hilton said. Several of these boys are adopted and were promised better and more stable lives. One of these boys is even adopted into a former governor's home in Kentucky. The life these children were promised has not been upheld, she added. Opening up about her own experiences at the troubled teen schools, Hilton said that she could empathize with the boys, citing it as the primary reason she dropped everything she was doing to support them at the court hearing earlier in the day on Wednesday. I believe these children. I know as a teenager what I went through. I was so traumatized that I didn't want to think about it, and I didn't even tell my parents or anyone until 20 years later because I was so traumatized by what I went through, said Hilton. Body found under bridge in Montego Bay. The body of a man was discovered Wednesday morning under the bridge along Howard Cook Boulevard in Montego Bay, St. James. The body, which up to publication time was still unidentified, was discovered by residents, the police said. Reports reaching the news indicated that around 10:35 a.m., residents saw the body lying on its back under the bridge in a pool of blood, unresponsive, and alerted the police. On the arrival of the police, the body was seen with multiple wounds to the face. Police said the body appeared to be in the late 50s or early 60s, 5 feet 7 inches long, dark brown complexion, dressed in a blue shirt, khaki-colored pants, and black Crocs. The scene was processed and the body transported to the Cornwall Regional Hospital, where it was confirmed dead. It was later transferred to the morgue pending a post-mortem examination.